The Zarnox called it dimensional incompatibility. Humans just called it size. Either way, Xara was the last fertile Titaness of her kind, and no one wanted to touch her with a 10-foot plasma lance. Not that one would have helped. She was twice the size of most Zarnox males, glowed like a dying star, and once melted a diplomat just by sighing too hard. Galactic tabloids dubbed her the womb that could end worlds. Not exactly dating app material. On her planet, they'd given up trying to pair her off. Even cloning attempts failed. Her pheromones corroded medical-grade tubing. Her mating aura once reversed a ship's polarity. Her last suitor fled halfway through her ritual welcome dance. She hadn't seen him since, only his boots remained. So when Xara downloaded Breeder, the intergalactic matchmaking app, it was more to pass time than to find love. Her profile was honest, if a bit blunt. Too big to breed. I emit heat, radiation, and disappointment. Don't waste love on me, human. She expected pity swipes at best. What she didn't expect was a match with Marcus Reed, human male, 5 feet 9 inches, average build, microwave repair technician, emotionally reckless, weirdly enthusiastic. His profile photo featured him holding a bag of snack puffs next to a broken space heater with the caption, "I fix hot things." Xara tilted her massive head at the screen. What the void does that mean? Marcus sent the first message 30 seconds later. Marcus. Hey! Love your glow. You look like a beautiful supernova ready to collapse into intimacy. She blinked. Most suitors ghosted after the first mention of her body heat reaching lethal levels. He opened with a compliment about her radiation field. Xara. I could vaporize your skeleton just by breathing near you. Marcus. Spicy. I like a challenge. He sent a sticker of a melting popsicle. She wasn't sure if it was flirtation or nutritional concern. Still, it was oddly charming. He asked real questions. About her culture, her rituals, even her favorite color of bioluminescent discharge. He didn't flinch when she mentioned her mating glands rupturing under stress. In fact, he responded. Marcus. Same. I get nosebleeds when I'm excited. Maybe we're soulmates? She tried to warn him. Again and again. Xara. Mating with me is considered a war crime on 6 planets. Marcus. But I'm not from those planets. He was absurd. And stupidly persistent. She started looking forward to his messages. He once spent an hour trying to explain Earth breakfast. It's like edible emotional support, he said, sending a photo of eggs on toast next to a steaming mug labeled, World's Most Flammable. She laughed out loud. The station's power flickered from her aura spike. She hadn't laughed in years. Not without frying someone. So when he asked to meet, she surprised herself by saying yes. Not because she expected love. Not even lust. Just curiosity. No one ever stayed long enough to see her. Marcus? He seemed determined to climb the mountain and set up a tent on top. She prepped her armor. Not for protection. For containment. Her pheromone regulators were triple locked. Her mood suppressors fully charged. She read up on human courtship, small talk, eye contact, compliments that didn't involve thermonuclear metaphors. He messaged her before arrival. Marcus. Don't be nervous. Worst case, I combust, and we both get a story to tell. He was a fool. But somehow, not an unpleasant one. She almost felt guilty for what might happen to him. Almost. He arrived late, of course. Human timekeeping was fragile at best. But she watched his approach through the station's external cameras. He was so small. Like a protein stick with legs. Yet he walked with the swagger of someone who thought gravity applied to everyone but him. The guards tried to stop him at the door. Radiation badges lit up like fireworks. He waved them off. When he stood before her, eyes wide, pupils dilated, lips trembling, she expected fear. But he grinned. You're even hotter in person, he said, already sweating. Her glow dimmed slightly. A subconscious blush. You are not afraid? He shrugged. Little bit. But mostly I'm impressed. You look like you could crush a moon between your thighs. That is not inaccurate. He didn't back away. He handed her a box. A peace offering. These are Earth treats. Popcorn. You heat them until they explode. She looked inside. White, fluffy, and oddly fragrant. Is this a mating ritual? He smiled. Only if you're into buttery foreplay. She snorted, an actual snort. The sound cracked a window. An engineer screamed down the hall. Marcus kept talking, making jokes, complimenting her plating, asking questions like, "Is your thorax sensitive to compliments?" And, "What's your safe word for plasma overload?" He didn't flirt like others. He flirted like someone who wasn't afraid to be burned. She tried to scare him one last time. "I've killed before. By accident. Just by wanting too much." He met her gaze without blinking. "Then maybe no one ever wanted you right." For a moment, she felt her energy field spike, but he didn't collapse. He didn't even flinch. He just stood there, breathing through his shirt and grinning like an idiot. "I'm told I'm durable," he said. "And a little stupid. But I fix broken things. Sometimes even broken people." She stared down at him, this absurd little human with no business surviving her presence. And yet, something shifted. Maybe he really was stupid enough to survive her. Or brave enough to try. Either way, she didn't want him to leave. Not yet. And for the first time in decades, her body didn't feel like a threat. It felt like a possibility. To be continued. Marcus had never been on a date where the health waiver included the phrase, "possible molecular liquefaction." He signed it anyway. The pen melted halfway through. He signed again using a stylus coated in thermite gel. That one held. He'd worn his best cargo jacket, reinforced socks, and heat-resistant underwear. She arrived in a containment harness, glowing like a sunrise with anger issues. The floor whined under her mass. Automatic doors stayed open out of fear. Even the AI whispered, "Good luck, buddy." He smiled like a man with nothing to lose and snacks in his pocket. She tilted her head, scanning him from boots to forehead. "You are exceptionally underwhelming in stature. I've been told I'm compact and efficient," he said. "Like a blender." She blinked. "Your references confuse me, human." "They usually do. But they grow on you. Like fungus." She made a sound that might have been a laugh or an air leak. They sat, her on a reinforced floor slab, him in a foldable chair that creaked like it was about to confess its sins. He offered her a second treat from Earth, chocolate-covered strawberries. She analyzed it. "You dip fruit in sugar? Romance tradition. Also emotional bribery." She bit into one. The chocolate evaporated. The strawberry disintegrated. The plate warped. Marcus blinked. "That's the hottest thing I've ever seen." Her energy field pulsed. He tried small talk. "So, what's your ideal first date?" "Survival. Reasonable. Mine's not dying in the bathroom." "So far, we're aligned." He asked about her mating customs. She listed them clinically. 1. Present biological vitality via scent flare. 2. Display thorax flex to prove spine resilience. 3. Survive tremor phase 1 without heart failure. 4. Exchange heat signatures without combustion. Marcus nodded like he understood. He didn't. He leaned in slightly. "What happens if someone makes it past all 4? Historically? They die anyway. But it is a glorious moment. I like glory. Not a fan of dying, but I've had worse weekends." Translator pinged a warning. Pheromones at 23%. Marcus began sweating. The AI beeped. "Human hydration levels dropping." "I'm good," Marcus said. "She's just stunning." Xara's voice softened. "Most do not get this far without vomiting or praying." "I prayed already," Marcus said. "To the god of smart dumb choices." Silence fell. Not uncomfortable. More like the pause before you realize you've made a decision you can't unmake. She looked at him closely. I cannot reduce myself to please you. I cannot dim, shrink, or silence what I am. He leaned back, considering. Good. Dimming yourself for someone is the saddest kind of death. Besides, I'm not here to shrink you. I'm just here to fit in the glow. Her field pulsed. The lights flickered. He asked her about her youth. She told him about being isolated in containment schools, how her teachers stood behind energy shields, how her people declared her too unstable for motherhood. One doctor said she was like an unstable sun, magnificent but doomed to collapse if touched. Marcus sat quietly, watching her hands flex like restrained power. I've been called worse, he said. Mostly by my toaster. She stared. It catches fire when I talk about feelings. You're not afraid of me? Oh, I'm terrified. But also, curious. Curiosity kills. Not in humans. It mostly causes embarrassing YouTube videos. She tilted her head again. You are incredibly strange. Thank you. Took me years to perfect it. The AI announced heat levels approaching. Mildly flammable. He waved it off. I'm still here. Aren't I? She leaned in. The air grew denser. Why did you choose me, Marcus Reed? He exhaled slowly. Because everyone else saw a weapon. I saw a woman who glows when she talks about her dreams. She opened her mouth. Closed it. No one had called her a woman before. Only a specimen, an anomaly, a threat. Her energy field dimmed by a full 2 degrees. I may destroy you. Worth the risk. Why? Because you're the first person who made me feel like being overwhelmed might be a good thing. She let out a slow breath. He didn't disintegrate. You are not what I expected. Good. Expectations are boring. Another silence. This one warm, pulsing with unsaid things. She lowered her voice. Would you like to initiate touch? He hesitated. Can I? I will contain myself. He reached out. Her fingers were 5 times the size of his hand. His palm rested in hers like a coin dropped in a canyon. Her skin hummed. His nerves tingled. But he didn't combust. You're holding me, he said. Lightly, she replied. If I grip tighter, the bones liquefy. He grinned. Let's not liquefy on the first date. I make no promises. They sat like that. An alien goddess and a glorified toaster repairman, defying physics and sense. Her glow pulsed in a slow rhythm, syncing with his breath. I think I like you, he said. That is highly inadvisable. I know. Still do. She looked at him for a long time. Perhaps. I like you too. Then came a sound, like a plasma bubble popping. Her scent flared. The AI shrieked. Pheromones at 42%. Imminent hazard. Marcus smiled through the haze. So, second date? She laughed. The station dimmed. I will consider it. He coughed once. Eyes watering. But still smiling. Whatever this was, it was reckless. Unwise. Possibly lethal. But it was real. And it had just begun. Marcus had no business being alive, let alone invited back. Most who entered Xares field needed to be scraped off the walls. But he showed up again 2 days later with a heat-resistant suit stitched together from oven mitts, emergency gel packs, and 2 rolls of reflective tape. It looked like a fire blanket had mated with a trash bag. He called it the cuddle condom. Xara scanned him silently. You intend to mate in that? He adjusted his duct-taped elbow. Only if it passes quality assurance. She emitted a soft hum. You amuse me. I confuse myself, so that's progress. She offered to walk him through a Zarnax compatibility protocol. It was part ritual, part exam, part full contact risk assessment. The first step? Present one's emotional state in poetic structure. Haiku format, she explained. It calibrates the limbic sensors. Marcus squinted. Okay. Heart pounding like drums. You glow hotter than my stove. Please don't fry my face. She stared. Acceptable. Next step, inspect thorax for structural resonance. Complements must be non-weaponized. He blinked. Your thorax is impressively symmetrical. Like two meteors caught in mutual orbit. Her energy pulsed. Flawed but sincere. Proceed. They moved to pre-bonding tremor phase. Basically, hold hands and survive the wave of biologic voltage that surged through Xara when emotionally vulnerable. Marcus reached out, breath shallow. You ready? No. That is why this matters. They touched. His suit hissed. The gel steamed. Sparks danced across her fingers. Still with me? She asked. He coughed once. I smell toast. That's the suit melting. Cool. Emotional or literal heat stroke, I'll take both. Then came the scent flare, her species' involuntary sign of attraction. It smelled faintly of ozone, roses, and cosmic danger. The AI issued a mild radiation alert. Marcus ignored it. You're opening up, he said. She exhaled, controlled. I was raised to suppress this. They said my biology would doom anyone close. Marcus gave a shaky smile. I'm kind of into doomed. No one has made it past this point. Most flee. One exploded. Well, lucky for you, I'm too dumb to run and too stubborn to quit. That is the most human sentence I've ever heard. They sat, their bodies close but not touching, separated only by his degrading gear and years of trauma. He noticed her hands trembled. You okay? This is the first time I've wanted to be held without calculating death risk. Marcus gently took her hand again. You deserve more than fear math. You may not survive this. Then I'll die educated. She gave a low sound, half laugh, half warning rumble. You speak like love is simple. It is. People complicate it with survival rates and trauma spreadsheets. She looked at him, glowing dimmer now, more focused. They made me believe I was incapable of tenderness. That my biology would corrupt any bond. That I could only destroy, never nurture. Then let me be wrong with you, he said. Let's fail together. Explosively if necessary. She leaned closer. Her breath warmed the space between them like a sun rising behind glass. I don't know what this is, she whispered. It's called being wanted, he said. Deal with it. Her field trembled. But she didn't retract. Didn't dim. Instead, her fingers curled around his. No crackles. No vapor. Just warmth. Measured. Controlled. Intentional. He didn't combust. He closed his eyes, leaned into her palm. You know what's crazy? He murmured. I don't even care if this ends badly. Because right now it's good. And real. And I've never had that with anyone who didn't flake or ghost or say I was too much. She looked startled. You are considered too much? Emotionally, yes. Physically? Not remotely. I am the inverse. Perhaps we balance. Maybe we explode. Possibly. Still worth it. Silence stretched, deep and steady. You have awakened something in me, she admitted. A want I was never allowed to name. He grinned. Name it anyway. She swallowed. Hope. Marcus gently placed his forehead against her knuckle, the only spot cool enough to touch bare. Hope's a good start. Her glow shifted, softer now, no longer aggressive. Controlled. Shared. This is dangerous. So's breathing on Earth. You are unwise. And available. You may not survive full contact. I'm still in. They sat that way for a long time, not needing words. Just heat, proximity, and a stubborn willingness to try. Her body didn't betray her. Her aura didn't spike. She didn't hurt him. Instead, for the first time in her life, Xara felt seen without being dissected. Held, even if lightly. Wanted, not as a novelty. Not as a specimen. Just wanted. And somehow, against all protocol, all science, all warnings, he made her feel safe. And that was more intimate, than anything her species had ever taught her. Marcus woke up to the scent of scorched metal and something oddly like warm cinnamon. The containment suit was ruined. His eyebrows gone. But he was breathing. Heart rate steady. Bones intact. He blinked against the filtered light as a calm, deep voice whispered, "You survived." Xara stood nearby, her glow stable, her energy field neutral. Her posture was still tense, like she didn't believe it either. He grinned. "I don't want to brag, but I think we cuddled responsibly." Her eyes narrowed. "You emitted unconscious mating sounds. I snore when I'm happy." She looked at the diagnostics. No overloads. No burns. No fatalities. Not even a mild mutation. "I don't understand." "I'm weird," Marcus said. "Some people break bones. I break rules. None of this is logical. Love rarely is. Are we calling it love now? Well, I got naked near you and didn't die. Feels like a relationship milestone." She stepped closer. "There's more. My systems have shifted. My reproductive core is active. For the first time in years." He sat up fast. "Wait. I got you pregnant? No confirmation yet. But statistically probable. I absorbed your genetic signal." Marcus blinked. "We didn't even wait, that was mating? It's not always physical. Sometimes, connection overrides biology." He leaned back. "Wow. Earth really undersold foreplay. I should terminate the embryo. This was not planned. Not safe." He looked at her. Serious now. "Do you want to?" She hesitated. "I never thought I'd be capable," she admitted. "They told me I was a living hazard. A genetic joke. That love and legacy weren't for me. They told me I'd die alone eating noodles on a space station," Marcus said. "Sometimes they are wrong." She sat beside him, carefully. "I feel lighter. You're still massive. No offense. None taken." She paused. "You confuse me. I get that a lot. You complicate my calculations. I ruin algorithms just by existing. I could destroy you. But you haven't." She met his gaze. "And I don't want to. That's growth." Another pause. "Do you regret it?" she asked. He laughed. "You kidding? I survived interspecies intimacy with a glowing plasma goddess and possibly knocked her up with a single cuddle. I'm legend status now." She tilted her head. "You are proud?" "Of course. You're brilliant, terrifying, and possibly the galaxy's most intimidating mom-to-be. What's not to brag about?" She blinked. "Mom-to-be?" He reached out and placed a hand where her core pulsed. "If this works, that kid's gonna be a walking supernova with sarcasm issues. An odd legacy. A good one." Word spread fast. The space station quarantined itself for 3 days. Zarnak's officials arrived wearing containment robes and holding legal disclaimers. Humans sent diplomats, medics, and a talk show crew. Xara was declared a miracle and a biological anomaly. Marcus was declared unreasonably durable and a danger to himself and galactic decorum. Memes flooded the net. The man who survived foreplay. Interstellar baby daddy. He went in raw, with glowing consent. Marcus ignored them. So did Xara. They were too busy designing an apartment that could withstand mid-level energy surges and high hormone fluctuations. She wanted gravity stabilizers. He insisted on a couch that didn't melt. Compromise was messy, but so was life. She tracked her inner systems. The pregnancy stabilized. No fatal feedback. No genetic collapse. The embryo pulsed with dual potential, Zarnak's strength and human adaptability. "I never thought I'd create something that didn't terrify me," she said. "You created us first," Marcus replied. "This just makes it official." She looked at him, softer now. "You've changed me." He smiled. "You changed me first. I was too big to breed. And I was too dumb to quit. I warned you not to waste love. And I wasted everything, but it wasn't love. That part worked out. She touched his face gently. Will our child be like you? Hopefully not in hygiene, but yes. And like me? Absolutely. Glow and all. She looked up at the stars. I never thought I'd be the beginning of something. You were always the beginning, he said. They just didn't know how to handle it. Do you? I'm figuring it out one meltdown at a time. A quiet passed. No buzzing alarms. No containment failure. Just warmth. Shared. Felt. Safe. Then came the announcement. The Zarnox Council requested a formal blessing. The humans wanted to study the embryo. Marcus told them both to shove it. She's not an experiment, he said. She's our kid. Xara looked stunned. She? I mean, I don't know. Just a guess. But either way, she's ours. She nodded. Then we name her. What do you want? Xara thought. Hope. In our tongue, XY. Marcus smiled. XY read. Intergalactic glow baby. We will be hunted. We'll be loved. We will be huge. We already are. She laughed. Genuinely. The station held. No fires. No injuries. For once, everything stayed intact. And that was enough. They said she was too big to breed. But he didn't care. He just loved her. And somehow, against odds, against nature, against logic, she loved him back. That changed everything. Forever.